Hi everyone, it's Michelle at Divine's Purpose. If you're new, welcome to the channel. If you're returning, this is going to be a very impromptu video as we are going to tap into the crystal children, the light children, the rainbow children, the indigo children, and any of the star seeds that you know right now that are coming in. Now, if you've been following me at Divine's Purpose on Instagram, there's been a lot of this energy coming in, and I know a lot of parents right now are going through some really big challenges when it comes to their child or understanding how to go about consciously teaching them in a manner that wasn't a behavioral pattern or program that they were in. And also understanding really what it means to be a light baby. Now, first and foremost, I'm an indigo child myself. So majority of people who understand this dialogue, people who understand the ascension and understand there is an awakening, then you understand a little bit about being a child of this nature. And the hardships you must have had growing up. The one aspect of this journey is the children are speaking, and when I say that, I do mean spirit babies. It's a spiritual dialogue as of now, because they're saying you've been warned so many times to do your work, and there's this stuck energy that you keep holding on to. And then when we enter, when we come in, we have to take it upon ourselves now to do the work for you through the lineage. So when they do arrive, then you're going to have some children that aren't very easy to deal with in a way, or they are... It's not that they're not easy to deal with. I shouldn't say it like that, but I'm just picking up moments that they are having, challenging moments because of the stuck energy that you carry within you that you haven't healed. Now, a lot of people don't like when I go into that, but it is the truth because it's the responsibility of you taking the actions forward to what work you need to do. Now, when we look back in this energy, when I look back in this energy, I can tell you right away that, I was a very different child. I never felt like I was heard. I never felt like I was seen. And because of that, I really secluded myself in a lot of different ways. I lit this incense and I don't even have anywhere to put it. So give me a second. I gotta go put it somewhere. Hold on. But yeah. It's understanding that, tap into your inner child and remember how it was when you were a child and remember how different you were, okay? Another aspect of this is also understanding why spirit babies are talking so loudly right now. And it's really understanding that they're coming in to give us some clear directions on how to parent them because they're so awakened. They are next level ascended. We're trying to get to the 5th dimension. I feel like the spirit babies are already in that 7D energy, to be honest with you. And when they do come, it's like they kind of get dumbed down actually to the 5D, which is still pretty good compared to what we had to go through growing up. But it's also understanding how do you honor this soul and also understand that this soul is most likely more wise than you and also more ancient than you. So not only that you have to parent them, but you also have to be open for them to teach you. So there's going to be a lot of challenges there right away that I feel through the motion of ego because, I'm your parent. You should listen to me. Well, hopefully that is going to come into a brand new loving place and understand, no, your child is here to teach you something, and hopefully you're open to it. But the big energy is like you have to spend time with your children, and you have to listen and learn who they truly are. And a lot of people right now are having a difficult time doing that because they're trying to do so much, or they're just, I don't know, maybe you just don't have the time. So right away I'm tapping into the angels because it makes a lot of sense for me to do this. And I will go through this energy with Archangel Metatron and see what comes through. So, the guardian angel spiritual growth. The way I become spiritual is simply to become myself. This is really beautiful because this is a message directly from the babies, and understanding that everybody is coming into grow through the ascension and having this spiritual growth through this human experience, but it's also to honor who they truly are versus what you have perceived them to be is what I'm feeling, okay? Very strong message in the beginning because you can also resonate with that too. I was led to really go into that inner child energy with self because we tend to forget the struggles that we had as a child. So try to go back and remember that because you should have been who you exactly were, but through the programs and through the matrix, you were programmed a certain way. These children are coming in really innocent, you guys, really fresh out the oven, hunty. And they're pretty amazing. The angel of freedom. I am always free to choose love, independence, and creativity. That's the thing about these children too. They are the essence of freedom. And freedom is what all of us have been striving for and fighting for. We've been fighting for it probably more than we should, but it's the aspect of duality on this planet. And these children are coming to say, like, we're here through the motion of freedom, but we've already chosen love. We have acceptance and we have a lot of creativity. So right away with this message, this is a beautiful message for parents who are having a hard time connecting with their spiritual children, their light babies, their crystal children. I might just call the video Crystal Children just to like understand where I'm going with this, but they are full of creativity through the motion of the divine. There's a lot of exercises you can do with your children, and one of the biggest things that they love is color therapy. They love colors. They tell me this all the time. And it's because in the spiritual realm, they are like the rainbow. And, you know, as spirit babies, when you put all 7 colors of the rainbow together, it makes a bright, congealed light. So when they come into this human experience, they don't really get to, they get to experience the colors individually. And they love the feel off of that. I will pull the color oracle deck as well to clarify what they want to say. But they love creative work. Another thing that you can also do if you are a healer as a parent, you can start creating oracle decks with your children through the motion of color. And you can also create affirmations and make your own deck. You see, I've been talking to a couple, maybe even more than a couple, but, some light workers who are parents, who have young children. And I'm like, a lot of people have to understand that their mission is to really start rebuilding a new way of education for these children, because the educational system that we currently have is not going to work for your kids. I already know a couple of you beautiful souls who have chosen to homeschool your children, which I totally agree with. And, you might feel like people are judging you for that, but who gives a shit? We're beyond that. And I hope that you are. If you're not and if you're new, well, we're beyond that. So hopefully you'll do your work and be beyond that too. But it's understanding that we need people to come into mission and start not even rebuilding. It's like I'm feeling like, no, burn the foundation and start new and build a new foundation for these children and a new way for educational system. Guys, I am not being led to do that as of yet in my life. I am into shadow work and doing deep layers of past life healing and going into your Akashic records and building up a platform for mission work, really, and bringing light workers and healers and prophets and teachers into their power. But I'm giving you this message because I'm here to help. And, I'm spending my Saturday night giving you guys this message because I know if it can help 1 to 5 people, I'm good. If it could help more than that, that's amazing. But it's about being in service and understanding that you have to also understand that you're here to serve as well. And a lot of people are being called right now to help the children because there has to be a place where we can start building these schools and educational systems for these type of children to grow in that spiritual way. Imagine going into a very spiritual holistic center and you have crystals, you have sage, you have incense, you have candles, you have colors, you have all these elements of spirituality. And the children need something like that, but as an educator, and being creative is the best way to educate these crystal babies, okay? They are longing for it. The angel of serenity. I feel serene and tranquil I feel serene and tranquil when I accept who I am. I was going to say every time I accept who I am. And that's the energy. It's like they want it. The thing is, you think you're an empath. These children are so empathic. It's like they lose their serene and tranquil energy when you, as a parent, are not centered and not aligned. I know that can cause a lot of high anxiety, going, oh, I'm such a bad parent, I don't know what to do. No, you just got to focus on your healing, but also honor the child that you have birthed into existence. Another message here is that you have to remember that these children are gifts, because as you are a child of God, they are a child of God. So they are coming in and chose you as their physical mother, but their real mother and father is the divine mother and the divine father. I can't really say anything about this because I don't have any physical children, though I do have spiritual babies in more than one ways. But in this physical life, the hardest thing to tell a mother especially is saying your child doesn't belong to you. When I say that, you have to understand that in a higher dialogue, because the soul, if you have codependency and attachment already in that energy, that's why the soul tends to rebel and tends to have temper tantrums, because you're too attached to the motion of you not really understanding that you are connected to the divine. You are in one energy. And it's a codependency and lack energy from the motion of the separation that occurs, that the newborn babies are already feeling like, the crystal babies already feel like they're one. They don't need that energy. And then when you put your codependent energy on them, they feel it. And it's like two rocks, just like, it's not a good feeling for them. This is why it's so important that you continue doing your work no matter who you are, and understand that, this is not an easy task, but it's necessary for this planet's evolution and for your evolution and for your child's evolution. So we're going to go into this color oracles and see what colors. Maybe this will help you guys create your oracle deck with affirmations, The thing about creating oracle decks with your children, it's amazing because you get to have a long time with them and really ask them deep questions and also listen. This is the connection that they're all longing for, and you're longing for too. They'll teach you a lot of things. For example, like if your kids right now can speak, ask them, like, what are you nervous about? Like, what are you excited about? What are you feeling? And allow them to talk, and then you can create affirmations through the motion of creating cards. And then you have, and this is what the most beautiful part is that you have tools that you can use for mission. So if you are those that I was mentioning that, you do have a mission here to be in service, and you're building an educational system for children in this energy of crystal children, then you have these tools that you can use to also help other parents along, and also use it as maybe, a product you can sell, and you can start making income off of that as well. All right. So we have turquoise, emotional wisdom, trust the flow, number 22. So turquoise is really big. Children love the water, understandably, because it's the energy of mother, it's under energy of the womb, and it's under the energy of wisdom and, I didn't mean to say wisdom. I'm having a hard time. Rebirth is what I'm trying to say, but trust the flow. They're telling you to trust the flow and understand that things are okay, but turquoise is a beautiful color. So we can have turquoise in color. We can have turquoise in a stone, anything with that coloring that might help your child. I'm also picking up water elements. I love my candle has a turquoise color too. See how that resonates? But anything with water elements as well, your children, maybe even like if they're having a hard time sleeping, maybe playing rain music or ocean music in the background to actually calm their energy and bring them into that beautiful serene. I love that there's red coming out here for compassion, number 3. I'm feeling that some of these children have a lot of rage. And I know some children do. And it's because they have been warriors in a past life. And this is the difficult emotion that I was speaking about earlier. And these are the type of children that need a lot more compassion, a lot more attention, a lot more patience, but also a lot more creativity. And the color red really, really, really speaks to them. And I know a lot of people might go, well, I don't want to put red anywhere in my children because it brings this like different energies, right? Well, we think of red. We could think of it as blood. We could think of it of solar, lower chakras. We could think of it sexual energy. It doesn't matter. This is about compassion for them. This is about understanding that the red is giving them that vibration of what they need to see at that time through the motion of what they went through in past lives. I know a lot of these children who have these little anger tantrums. It's because they were fighting a lot of different aspects in past lives. So it's somewhat of something that they need to feel. So if you are led to that, literally think of things that are red, even if you put on red lipstick or a red shirt, or allow them to wear red themselves, buy red clothing. See how that brings them into a motion of, I'm also picking up like red toys, something that will be creative for them, even letting maybe them even color. Give them a red crayon and let them go to town. When they're angry, give them a piece of paper, red crayon, let them go to town. If they're a little older, buy them a canvas and let them have red paint and let them go to town. See what they create. Watch them. See how it feels for them. See if it's therapeutical and see if it helps with their rage. Okay? Last message here. Violet service, thank you. Okay. I'm not really supposed to be reading the cards, but I think it's important to you as the parent that you are understanding this, or someone who's, maybe not a parent and you're going into mission work, like I said, to help the children. These are the energies that Spirit has for you. And this is just saying thank you. Like, thank you for your service. I did bring up this for a reason. I'm happy this came out because it's understanding that this is all about being in service to the highest. and understanding that there are changes that are occurring with the number 5. But the violet is a very rich color. Right away, I'm picking up violet flowers. There's a scent in there that can really help relax and calm and bring serenity into the energy. Obviously, crystals, like I said to you earlier, but honestly, I'm picking up more things that have violets. I'm even thinking of like pomegranates and grapes, even though pomegranates is more red. It might be the way that you feed your children as well. It has to do with the diet that you provide. Also, that message is coming up very strongly. Okay, so I'm going to finish off this with a love message, and I know this can be used as more romance, but I do feel like a love message wants to come through the motion of these children. And it's more of the ones that can't speak right now. Maybe they are in the spiritual realm, or they're newborns, they don't speak, or this is what they feel like expressing to you at this time. It's hard because children, so many different ages. Anyways, guys, I hope this resonates with you. Always something to learn, always something to open up your mind to if this is a new subject for you, as it's a new subject for me. I feel like the strongest part of this is understanding that we have to really build, and that's me. See, this is what I do. It's like I'm such a hustler that way. It's like I need to say this. We need to build a platform, or we need to build a place where people can do their service work and build educational systems for these crystal children. Like, that's really the biggest message. So maybe even if you're not a parent, but you've been longing to find purpose and mission in this life as a healer, as a light worker, as a prophet, as a teacher, and you never knew how to go about it, but you knew you always were, really aligned with the children, then this may be for you. You may be a parent struggling with finances, and you're a full-time parent right now, and with what's going on in this world, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to go about it. Maybe those oracle cards are a great place to start. Listen, there's always ideas. It just has to start. Number 27, spiritual connection. I love this because it is a spiritual connection, and we started off with spiritual growth. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. You have to understand that these crystal babies have this spiritual connection, the spiritual growth, the spiritual element that we're so not used to. And if you have tapped into your higher self and you are living in purpose and mission, and you understand exactly this energy, then you understand that they've been here before, and you probably were with them in a past life as well. But this goes beyond this life. Even when we do pass away in this life, it goes beyond. It's this essence of eternal life. And it's a dance with the universe. And that's the bigger picture that we all have to remember through the motion of our journey. It doesn't matter if you're an adult or a child or even a baby or even not in this physical world yet, and you are talking in the spiritual realm. This is all about the spiritual connection, and I'm picking up a lot of water. To those of you who are in a situation with a partner and you're not happy, your child will know it. And a lot of parents tend to stick with each other to make their child happy. I'm getting a really big message here that is actually a very toxic trait that is occurring, and the child prefers you guys to physically separate if you need to find your own happiness. And your child will also understand that in a higher way and also be set free.
That's not for everybody. It's just a lot of deep healing that needs to occur and a lot of changes. So, you guys, this is it. I love you all so much. I hope this helped. I did my best. You know what I came here to do. I want you guys to start working on creating platforms for these children and understand that mission is key to helping these children grow in a new educational system that's not corrupt. And to any of you who understand this, because you're all adults who are watching my shit, no kids are watching this. You know, if anything resonated or triggered, you know, you guys can contact me and we can do more healing work. But it's understanding that these kids are coming full force and they're not playing. And I just want you guys to be prepared because this is not the same as we were growing up or our parents growing up. This is a whole new motherfucking world, hunty. So, many blessings to you and your journey, and to all the beautiful babies that are talking. We hear you, we recognize you, and we honor you. All right.